welcome to another exciting evening of Northern Premier Hockey League Saturday night action. Tonight, we're at the Paul J. Yakubuski Arena in Madawaska Valley as the Barry's Bay Wolves host the South Grenville Rangers for the first time in their franchise history. South Grenville looking to do something that nobody's been able to do this year. Cost Barry's Bay back-to-back losses this season. Every single time they've lost, they've come back with a win. And also do something that only 4 other teams have done since the inception of the Barry's Bay Wolves into the Northern Premier Hockey League, and that's beat them on home ice. Their record is an astounding 22 and 4 on home ice. I'll have to check that. I'm pretty sure it is. 22 and 4 on home ice, and it's just absolutely amazing. That's dating back to the playoffs as well, where they went 3-0 last year, and this year on the road. I mean, they're a club that's actually 500 over their career, and that's because of the road. Last year they were 9-1 at home and 1-9 on the road, and that's specifically, they say, because of the journey. I mean, they don't say it. Sorry, I say it. Because of the travel, it was difficult to get a full squad a lot of the nights, and on home ice they are incredibly dominant. They're confident here, comfortable here. I mean, with that backdrop, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but who wouldn't be in this arena? They have great fans. It's going to be great action as well. We've got 7 games around the league tonight, and we'll keep you updated on all of them. And Barry's Bay as well will have 3 of their first 4 games in January. Will be scheduled for those 2. And we're excited for this game. James is on hand with all the technical aspects you'll see tonight. Myself, Billy Bull, doing the play-by-play. Barry's Bay and the South Grenville Rangers. So we'll just do the warm-up. I'll blather on for a little while, and we'll get you tuned up for this epic battle between 2 great clubs. Hello everyone and welcome again. I'm Billy Bull. I'll be doing your play-by-play alongside my trusted colleague and son James Bull. We'll be doing all the technical aspects you'll see this evening. We did have the game from last weekend we wanted to post in the first intermission and after the pre-game, but we had some problems getting it up. And
rendering it right now.
Pardon?
It's rendering right now.
It's rendering right now. So is it really?
Yeah.
You're going to try and put it into the thing?
Yeah, it's already at 74.
Oh, wow. Okay, James may have it up actually for possibly after the pregame and for the first intermission. We just like to give you something to watch while you're in the intermissions. But at any rate, it's the first time these 2 clubs meet. Oh, James, get Cole's mask if you can. The goal for South Grenville, number 1 right here. Look at that beauty of a mask. If you can see it there, folks, it's looks like a tribute to Felix the Cat Potvin. I don't think he's going to be in goal tonight. It looks like it's going to be the young lad there, Provost, Jordan Provost. He had a great game last night. He'll be in net for South Grenville, and for Barry's Bay, I'm expecting Ethan Lipensky. He's been 3-2 on the year with a .460 goals against an .880 save percentage. He has been absolutely terrific, but so is Sean Green. He's been fantastic as well, so we'll see who's in for them tonight. But like I say, it's their first meetings of their franchise's history as Barry's Bay moved over to this conference and right now sit just behind the Shawville Pontiacs with a game in hand. They have 2 games in hand on the Manotick Mariners, and Madawaska Valley sits at 4-3. South Grenville sitting at 3-7. They played 11 games compared to Barry's Bay's 7. So they're in the same conference, just not in the same division. Madawaska Valley in the Pioneer and the South Grenville Rangers in the Frontier. I was saying in the brand opening was Barry's Bay. They haven't lost 2 in a row all season. They're 1 game above 500, but they have not lost 2 in a row all season. They've always counterpunched with a really good second game after a defeat. So we'll see if after their loss last weekend to Manotick, an 8-3 final last Saturday night, if that can inspire them to get the big W here tonight against South Grenville. And South Grenville coming off a huge win last night in an 11-6 final over the Arnprior Rivermen. And that was just in last night's game. There's only 3 tilts in total last night, but tonight there's 7. And we'll make sure that we have you updated before we get into the second period. And maybe I can have a couple of updates for you before the first period starts as well, but we'll see about that. Oh, it's starting to get a little choppy. It must be because it's rendering, folks, but that'll straighten itself out. And again, South Grenville, they started off the season 2-0, but then dropped 8 straight before winning, like I say, last night over Arnprior. So they do have it in them to be a contending club, and there was a lot of buzz around the league about how well they were doing and how fire ready they were. And Barry's Bay went out last year, in the offseason and picked up a bunch of really great hockey players. But in their lineup tonight, they have, they've stacked it. Tyson, number 10, Tyson Thomasinen. He's a new addition to the hockey club. And the couple games that we've been here this year, he really put on a great show. Cody McNaughton, he's a new addition to the hockey club. He's second in team scoring in 7 games. He has 4 goals and 6 assists, and he's really made his mark. Blake Menard, a goal and 7 assists on the back end. He's just below Kelly Summers, their captain. Watch him, number 27. And if you're not used to the channel, if you're not used to the games that we do out here in Barry's Bay, number 27, Kelly Summers, is considered one of the best defensemen in the entire Northern Premier Hockey League. He does it where it almost looks effortless, and it really can be trickery for the opposition, because they look like he looks like he's in first gear, and all of a sudden he's by him in overdrive. And he's an offensive defenseman with Nicholas Lidstrom type defensive abilities. He's not a mean and wild defenseman in that way. They leave that up to Rook is a really tough defenseman, and Stay can be incredibly tough, and a lot of the boys here, they're quite a well-rounded hockey club. And another guy from last year is Jared Stay. I'm not 100% sure if he's in the lineup tonight. I'm going to check the card again. So there's some changes in South Grenville's from what I had seen earlier. But Jared Stay, 8 goals and 6 assists in 6 games played for 14 points, averaging 2.3 points a game, and a couple game winners. He is leading the charge for them this season, which is, it's just like he was last season. Brett McKenzie, a guy for Barry's Bay who had an incredible playoff run for the Wolves, leading the charge along with Kelly and the boys, but he was incredible this year. He started off in 7 games, 3 goals and 7 assists, so he's doing a great job as well. Ethan Pegg, 3 goals and 3 assists for 6 points. I could go through the lineup here, but I will throughout the game. And for South Grenville, their leading scorer, Royden Stufko, 10 games, 7 goals and 7 assists. Just behind him is Brandon Gilmore in 8 games, 7 goals, 5 assists. And Sean Kern, 6 goals and 4 assists in 11 games. They have a high-powered club that just have not hit their stride completely yet this season. And when they do, it's going to be, it's going to be something that everyone had better be wary of. Let me tell you that. Just give me 2 seconds, folks. I'm back. And yeah, I know there's only a couple people in here, but like, share, and subscribe if you can for MPHL Central.
NPHL Central.
And we'll get as many people in here as we possibly can. As I said in the opening as well, another huge thing is Barry's Bay's home record sitting at 22 wins and 4 losses. They went back to their first season, their playoffs, and up until now. And it's incredible how dominant they are here in Paul Yakubuski Arena. They just find a way to win. And we'll see if they can do that again here against South Grenville. Looks like it may be Sean Green here. But Ethan Lipinski was the first one off the ice. Some teams do it differently. Some teams do it where the goalie who's going to be starting in that game comes off the ice first, and the other one stays in the net for the scrum. But Ethan Lipinski sitting at center ice, and we'll get that for you here relatively soon. Your starting goaltenders are, and a lot of the Wolves coming off the ice here in their nice blacks, and the Rangers have a beauty-looking New York Rangers style jerseys, Kitchener Rangers style jerseys. I just love them. So it's going to be an epic battle here tonight. And we are excited to bring it to you. And also, you will probably see in the slides, James got it up before the game, the All-Star game, or the Outlaw Tournament, sorry, that'll be on the 24th to May the 2nd. It's going to be a, I'm so excited for that. It should be just amazing. And the All-Star game from Tweed is just around the corner, January 17th. Get your tickets now because they will be going fast. So a lot going on here tonight, and we will try and keep you updated as the game goes along and as the scores start to ring in from around the league. So, and also, actually, yeah, there was a new development. You betcha, there was a new development. We have Barry's Bay games January the 2nd and the 3rd and the 9th as well. So be ready for that, and in all January we'll try and load up a bunch more games as well. We've got Lindsay and Durham, and I think Deserano we may have coming up as well soon. So stay tuned for all that stuff as well. Down to 2-minute warning here from Barry's Bay. I know it might be a little bit choppy, but we are rendering that highlight reel clip, and we'll get that done before the first period is underway. So thanks for tuning in, folks. As they clear the ice here, we'll have a little break. I'll see if I can get some of the scores from around the league. There's only a few going on right now. I'll just give you the names of the teams that are going on tonight, actually, as they clear the ice. Alvinston Killer Bees sitting at 9-2-0. First place playing against the Stratford Irish. They're 7-3-1. The North Dundas Rockets and their forever rivals, their South Stormont Mustangs, they're playing tonight. Shawville Pontiac, 7-1. They're playing against the Akwesasne Wild, 3-5-2. They've got such a killer team over there. They just have not been able to get on the right foot. By playoff time, you bet that they will be. The Smith Falls Ritos, 8-1-1, first in the league against the 1-10 Tamworth Sabres. Halton Hills Coyotes, they're playing against the Tilbury Bluebirds. And the Poggin Falls Rapids playing the Manatee Mariners. Mariners still unbeaten, 9-0 this season. They have been just rolling. They've actually beat North Dundas, giving them their only loss this season. And the Wellington County Royals, 2-7-1 against the Lindsay Barn Cats. And we'll have you updated on all those games here relatively soon. No problem. So we'll be right back, folks. We'll leave everything up until everyone clears the ice. But my voice is done for now. We'll be back soon with the first period of South Grenville Rangers versus the Barry's Bay Wolves. Don't go anywhere. and above, you are witnessing an incredible Home cooking. That's what's on the table tonight. The Madawaska Valley Wolves love it back here. The Paul Yakabuski Arena. A career record in this beautiful barn for the black and red, 22-4. The opposition hates coming in here. It's loud, it's rambunctious, and these are a passionate group of fans, let me tell you. And that adds to not only the atmosphere, but the giddy up and go for the Barry's Bay Wolves. And that record right there shows it. Last year, they went 3-0 in this arena in the playoffs. And this season, they're again undefeated in their 3 games in front of their hometown faithful here in Wilno and Combermere, surrounding this beautiful area. And we're excited to bring it to you on NPHL Central. My name's Billy Bowl. I'll be doing the play-by-play for you. And James Bowl, my trusted colleague and son, behind the camera, doing all the technical aspects you will see here tonight. Trying to get if the stream is not perfect, we will have it up maybe tonight, the recorded version, so it'll be absolutely perfect. So until then, we will get ready to send it down to rinkside for our O Canada between the South Grenville Rangers and the Madawaska Valley Wolves. Thanks for tuning in, folks.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we seek thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Another beautiful rendition of our O Canada from the beautiful Paul Yakabuski Arena in Madawaska Valley. 2 clubs on the reach for the top. Barry's Bay really just starting their season. This is game number 8, sitting at 4-3. And for South Grenville, they're sitting at 3-7-1. They put out Jordan Provost 2-6-1 with a 587 goals against and an 871 save percentage. At the other end of the ice, Ethan Lipensky 3-2-0 with a 450 goals against and an 880 save percentage. And this game is underwell. Campbell fires it up, and that's drilled in by Pegg behind the net for Provost. That comes back to the point to Campbell. Campbell shoots it through, and a stop by Provost. Back to him again. This time he'll fire one, looking for a redirect in front. And Knapp will go into the corner to pick that puck up. Sent rink wide, and they're out. They'll dump it into the corner. Ryan was there first, but Campbell will get it in that corner. And he'll start it up in behind his own zone. Great crowd on hand. Campbell head up the whole way, trying to find an opening. He'll sift that one over to the left side from Brett McKenzie. Rink wide pass, looking to go back to the point, and he'll shovel it along the wall. Stay, their leading point getter this season. That pass will connect, one-handing it, trying to give himself some room in the corner, and being thwarted on that opportunity. Chevrier for the Rangers, and that's dumped down the ice, and that will go for an icing. Our first of the game.
This is not.
Draw to the right, Provost. Back to the point, Rook will shoot to make the save on that one. And that'll go up and into the rafters, and they'll bring it down for the face-off.
Looks like an equipment issue. 62, Ryan Lapine. Face off inside the zone to the left of Provost. Out on the ice, McNaughton, their heavy sniper. He's got Lapine with him. Will go in behind the net. Rangers will try and start this back up the ice. Ames couldn't move that fast enough, and the Barry's Bay Wolves will take over. McDonald trying to give his man a shot, but the puck will get up in through center. Murphy going after Menard. Couldn't take it away from him. Rook in behind the net. Looking up off the wall to Lapine. Lapine, he'll shovel that through center. McDonald squirts in between his legs. To the right side, and the Rangers trying to find a lane out, but Barry's Bay's forecheck is on point right now, let me tell you. Pass over, little play again, McNaughton. Nice move to go around the D, but he couldn't. A great defensive play there by Nelson Smith. That's back out through center, and they'll just shovel it into the zone, Sean Kearns. And Barry's Bay will make a line change as well. That's out through center, and a good avoidance there, head up the whole way, or he was getting tattooed. Rink wide pass. The Rangers are in. Nice move to go around them. And a good defensive play by one of the best in the biz, Devin Campbell. And that's sent off the wall and out through center. Trying to put a move on the D and sends it on goal. And Provost is better for that one. Nice save there. And he'll hold on for the whistle. To the left side. Into the slot. That goes back to the point. The shot through. Scores! Barry's Bay on top early. Jordan Ryan from the point, and that finds the back of the net. The howl when it starts. Some games it doesn't stop. What a shot that was. Through a screen. Nobody saw it except for the twine. And Barry's Bay is up early. We've been here for games where Barry's Bay gets off to an early lead and they start running away here at home. South Grenville will hope to stop the flood. It's along the wall and shoveled back around to the other side there by Toulan. The blue line and out off the glass and sent back to which it came. Lipinski in behind the net. He'll play it along the wall. Trying to find out who that masked man is there for the Barry's Bay Wolves, and that's steered up and into the mesh. 16:41 to go here in the first, and it's 1-0 Barry's Bay. I hope you're enjoying it at home, folks. Again, James will have the, what do you call it, James? The recorded version? The recorded version, which will be absolutely smooth this evening. And he is trying to get this working as well to get that. What a hit along the wall. And that went back to the point, and it goes back into the South Grenville zone. The neutral zone and in. The corner for Quentin Rook. Now there's a guy, I was talking pregame about a mean defenseman, and he, I'm telling you, is definitely one of them. Brett McKenzie, a sip past the stay. They are a dangerous pair when they're on the ice together. Lapine, he'll throw that in behind the net. Provost will come out to play it. McKenzie tried to chop it back to the point. Lapine, he'll kick that into the corner. McKenzie sees it at the last second and takes his man into the boards. Look back to the point, goes to stay, back to the point again. Quentin Rook fires it through the redirect in front and just missed the short side. Stay throws it in behind the net, and the Rangers will send that down, and they could have caught him. But Lapine is a quick man. The shot, and he'll roll that puck up and in behind the net, chipped off the boards, and Gilmore in his own zone will try and start it back up again. The little play over to Broyden Stuffco, and that was knocked down by Quentin Rook. Rook doesn't like what he saw, tried to send it through the middle. Gets right on that loose puck again, turns it over, a big chance early, nice pass over, waits, and scores! The captain, Broyden Stuffco, stuffs it home. And the Rangers respond with his 8th of the season. And it's 1-1. Quentin Rook, at the end of a long shift, he tried to get it up through center. His two wingers were up there and ready to go. And he just couldn't get it past that the two forecheckers for the Rangers. And it ends up in the back of the net. One for the Rangers, and they're in. Murphy is hit hard by Quentin Rook. Try to send it out in front. That bounces wide. Goes into the corner. Trying to rough him up a little bit there to get the puck back. Kicked along the wall. McDonald trying to send it in behind the net. That's picked up by Kearns. Kearns the pass over. Set at the blue line. The shot. Look for the redirect. And it missed the intended receiver, and it'll come all the way back to the Rangers zone. That's knocked down outside the zone. And that's going to not be an icing or an offside. Out through center again. Gallant skating in on the left side, driving to the net, but he's knocked off the puck in front of the net. Menard knocked him off the opportunity to go to the net. Quentin Rook into the corner. They will win that battle. Lapine, the backhand pass to McDonald. McDonald tried the how's she going. Menard follows up, and he'll send that short side and wide. Lapine will leave that. Flicked, and that hits a boot. The Rangers counter. They'll sift it into the corner and make a wholesale change. Sends it around to the near side here. Off the stick and in behind the net. Trying to set it up and go back the other way. And that's sent down the ice, and it'll go for an icing. I do apologize to number 91 because I keep getting your name wrong. It's not on my score sheet here. In the Barry's Bay zone, to the right of Ethan Lipinski. Lipinski was unbelievable in the playoffs for Barry's Bay last season. He was absolutely phenomenal. We'll see how brilliant he can be in this one. He's had a great season as well. I mean, Green's done a great job as well. Van Schubert as well is another goalie that they have in Barry's Bay, and he was outstanding. What a pass! And it was just out of his reach. And the Rangers looked to counter again. Ripped it around the wall. That's to the half boards and out. Schroeder through center. Pass ahead to Leou. Shot and a great defensive play by Devin Campbell. And he'll pick that puck up and go in behind the net and safely bring it out of his own zone. With speed as always, one of the fastest in the league, Devin Campbell. Across that line, ripped it, and it just missed the far side with that speed, and he's got a great shot as well. Great defensive, big hitter. He's a 5-tool athlete, if you've ever seen one. In NPHL, like Kalai and Watson. Ooh, an opportunity there for Stay to get outside of his zone, in behind enemy lines, along the half wall. And in behind the net, Watson giving McKenzie all he can handle. He threw it out in front of the net. It goes back to Alliard. Sent through the redirect, just missed the far side. And Campbell, he took a huge hit and knew it, but he got it away from the danger area. The Rangers, the pass over into the slot. That's thwarted, and a 2-minute minor coming. I think it's to the Rangers for high sticking in front of the net. The crowd loves that. Great. Hey, how are you?
You betcha.
Of course, yeah.
Quick shout out to Nolan's Plumbing. Thanks for sponsoring the game. Thanks for being a member of the team.
Nolan's Plumbing. Well, you can't have these games without excellent sponsors, and there's one of them right there. Cross-rink pass for McKenzie. Into the corner and back out behind the net. Stay will grab that and throw it back to Lapine. Lapine straddles the blue line. He'll throw that over to Devin Campbell just out of his reach. And that's backhanded to the blue line. And in to the corner. He'll set it up again. Nice play there. He avoided the hit. It's not a hip check. Was just avoiding it. He went bum over tea kettle, as they say. To the top of the circle, Stay ripped it, and a stop by Provost, and he'll hold on for the face-off. I think they may be having some issues with the internet in the building because I can't get an update on the game. Like, it's not that I'm getting updates on all the other games, but this one, so I'm just trying to find out 91's number. I'm gonna have to go in there and ask him. The draw from McKenzie, he'll kick that over to Stay. Stay, he'll throw it back to Lapine. He'll look to Campbell. Campbell sends it to the top of the dot to Stay. Dangerous guy to have that puck. Lapine. He'll walk in hands-free, over, shoots and scores! What a beautiful pass, and Cody McNaughton, the recipient, will get his 5th of the season. What a beautiful power play. And if you can believe it, folks, Barry's Bay's power play percentage is only a 6%. And when you look at the guys they have in their lineup and what they just did, you would never, ever guess that that is what their power play numbers are. But they've just been, as teams get at times, snake-bitten early on in the season. And as they get playing more and more, and hopefully more games collected together, they'll be able to find their footing and pump that number up. 2-1, we're just closing in on the halfway point of the first period. And as always, this is an excellent crowd. We'll get James to get a shot of the crowd at some point here tonight. Barry's Bay comes out in droves for their mates. In behind the net, Quentin Rook. Puck hopped on him for a second there, but he has calm patience. And that's sent up through the middle and chipped along the wall. Good play there to get it in behind the net. The Rangers look to move it along the half wall. Quentin Rook throws that on net like a bullet, and that was stopped by the Ranger D. Back in behind the net, you've seen Rook have a little head look up. Menard was back there. A nice slash on Menard, but I guess he must have hit all wood on that one. Menard, he sends that up. And they were looking for too many men, but that was a perfect line change for the Wolves. Sent into the corner, and Knapp is the first Ranger to get there. 10-10 remaining here in the first period, and a great play by McNaughton almost resulted in an offensive chance. He's out there with McDonald as well. Andrew McDonald at center, picks that off, sends it over to McNaughton, and he tried to send in Lapine on a break. Ethan Lipinski will leave that for Lapine. The back pass to Menard. They look up ice and send a sauce right to Andrew McDonald. McDonald looking for Lapine, just got a tape on it and breaks up that offensive rush, but they're back in again. Cody McNaughton on the right side. Looking for a drop pass, he'll fake it, send it right in front of the net. McDonald throws it back to Lapine, but McNaughton was there and it got all befuddled and went back to the point now, and they'll restart this play. Quentin Rook, who sent it in, the Rangers will try and get it out, but Lapine again, the point, sends it over. They're trying to get back to a 3-1 lead this time. Open it up to a 2-goal differential. Looking back to the point, and he can't convert. But they'll move it over. Chance now, the shot, and a kick save right in the middle of the ice. Goodfellow will send that into the zone. And one guy who you do not see is Kelly Summers. I did not get the note. I don't see him out on the ice. I think maybe he was the one that said he was suspended. That can't be right. It's a pass into the neutral zone. Big opportunity there for a hit for Devin Campbell. And Lipinski will hold on for the faceoff. Draw one back to the top of the circle. Sent over to Allard. He couldn't keep it in. Drill it around the wall. Lipinski leaving it for Devin Campbell. Campbell scampers out of his own zone. He's always got speed behind him. That's chipped in. And Campbell, the first man there, he started the play and tried to finish it as Saracen chipped it in. And they went for a dump and chase. Good lift there. And coming in on the right side there. And it was Toulan who thought better, as big number 5 Jordan Ryan had him sized up at the blue line. Devin can't. I'll tell you, Barry's Bay's back end, their defense is outrageous. Every single time I name one of the players, I mean, you've got Ryan, Enright, Campbell, Kelly Summers, again, not in the lineup, Rook. It's just very much high talent on the defensive end, and they all can produce offensively. And that is going to be a hand pass and be brought down just outside the zone. That's my phone. That's just my phone doing that. The pass over. Fanned on it was Knapp. Sent back the other way. Stay. He'll send that over to Rook. Menard, he'll meet it on the far side. Looks up to McKenzie. A little touch patch there to Stay, and he almost met that in flight. Chip back up. Stay there. Throws it in behind the net, and Provost, he'll get there first. 7 minutes remaining here in the first period. Barry's Bay getting out to a 2-1 lead and have controlled a lot of the period, but South Grenville has come on in the second half of this to push back against the Wolves on their home ice. Chipped out and in. Stuffco, their leading scorer. Shot, the rebound opportunity, and a great defensive play. Rook again. McKenzie across the blue line. Sifts a pass over to Stay. Stay knocks it down, but he couldn't complete it. Stuffco, the captain and leader of this club, crossed the line, tried to get it over to Gilmore, and he couldn't complete that one. The Wolves are out, and it's McKenzie leading the charge on this one. Stay getting out of some danger. Over, ripped a low shot for a tip. It was deflected. The far side of the slot. Stay picks it up. He'll send it back, and that's going to be there for Quentin Rook. He throws it over, and that is the Rangers picking it off. Backhand pass, trying to get it across, and he couldn't complete it. Haynes was hollering for it. It was just fanned on. Let's try there by opportunity. McNaughton shoots it, and he just fired it far side and wide. Rook in behind the net. Back to him again. He'll send a long shot through with a screen in front. Back again around to the other side. Andrew McDonald fighting away in front of that net. Digging in near the blue paint. Fires a long pass up, and Quentin Rook will pick that one up again. He's been busy on this shift. Throws it over, was Lapine to McNaughton. Throws it in front of the net, hit the defenseman in the foot, didn't know where it was. Sneaking up behind him was Andrew McDonald in front of the net. McNaughton almost given a gift. And they'll battle along the wall, and a penalty coming to, it looks like, Barry's Bay. A hook to McDonald. Does not believe it should be him, but I think he's going to. I didn't see it. I was watching along the wall, and I think it was in front of the net. And yeah, it's going 2 minutes to Andrew McDonald for a hook. To the right, to the point, and set up now for the Rangers. Smith back across, shot through, knocked down, and a break here for the Wolves. On goal, can't get around him, and he's knocked off the puck. Smith holding him up in front of that net, and the Rangers are out. The speedy Stuffco across that blue line, snapped a shot. A great defensive play there by Ryan to thwart that opportunity. Rangers in their own zone. Minute and 25 remaining here in the power play. Smith behind his net. They are not in any hurry. They want to set it up properly here. A pass over just out in front of Stuffco. Boy, he's got some great speed, and you can almost guarantee if he's available, he'll be in the All-Star game coming up on the 17th of January. Rangers trying to move it out. They'll get to the blue line and move in with good speed. Trying to send it back to the point. Cross over to Robertson. He looks up. Sends it down into the corner. Van Leeuwen Van Leeuwen throwing it in behind the net, looking to fire it out in front of the net. Definitely a great play by Devin Campbell. Shot from the point, a nice save. The great play there to send that 200 feet. Or Ethan Pegg, I guess that was. Rangers in their last moments of this power play with 20 seconds to go. Goodfellow backing the D up, but another blocked shot. Lapine looks up. He realizes the penalty's almost over, waiting for help, and it's Devin Campbell wheeling in. He does get there first, but Provost in behind the net. A little bit of a swat in the app there for Campbell. He's looking to give it back to Knapp, and the penalty is over. We're 5 aside for the last 3 minutes of this period. McNaughton knocks a stick out of Gallant's hand. That's sent up. Leeuwen looking for the drop pass. No, he'll try and shoot it through Quentin Rook. And they have really, Nolan Rook, they've really dominated in the block shot department here in the early going in this one. The pass over, D for the Rangers. Knapp sends it back, and he'll miscue on that one. Ripped it along the wall, down into their own neutral zone there. Their own area of the ice was covered full of Wolves. McNaughton toe dragged the shot, and a good defensive play there to thwart that opportunity. Back to the point, set up. Fired through. That's got to be the 15th block shot of this first period for the love of Pete. Ripped through and deflected wide. Menard will catch it on the half wall. He'll send that towards the net. Count that as 16. And that's sent off the glass, and it's going to go 200 feet for an icing. Draw to the right. One back to the point. Sent over to Lapine. Hit along the wall. Stay. Holding on to that puck. Sends it into the slot area. Off the glass to the blue line. And Stay now. He'll try and move around him. He will. He'll get in. He'll shoot it up and over the net. That'll be rung around and out of the zone. Coming back to get that one is Ryan Lapine. Sent over and back. Minute 33 remaining. A big hit right here in front of us. Oh yeah. A bit of swatting going on here right in front of us. Nothing will come of it. I think 2 coincidental minors. Lapine stepping into that one, a little chuckle. It's one over. And Menard will scamper out through center. Dump it in, and Smith there first. And McDonald on him quickly. Kearns was out of the zone, and it's a 2-on-1 as he pinched in. Murphy, that play's broken up. Kearns gets across the blue line, and they're into the zone. 1 minute remaining here in the first. Lapine tried to get it past Smith. He made a nice defensive play to keep it inside the zone. And Lapine now, a pass over, just out of the reach of Menard. Allard throwing it around to Murphy. Murphy hit along the wall by McDonald. Lapine pinches in to try and help out. Trying to get it in deep inside the zone. Good hit there by McDonald. They're roughing it up pretty good. 4 South Grenville Rangers trying to move it out. The referees have had enough, and they'll blow it dead. I'll try and get you updated on all the games around the league, folks. If I can get the update in this game, it would be amazing. Shots on goal, even. That's sent out in the dying seconds of this period. Stuffco trying to go around Devin Campbell. Stuffco got there first, tried to send it in front of the net. Straight out through Stay. Brett McKenzie telling them head up. They're right there. 10 seconds remaining. Schroeder fakes the shot. Slip that one out through center, and that's going to end the first period. A great back and forth battle between these two great clubs. So, James, do you have it ready to go? The highlight package? All right.
So, I did not have time to adjust the frame of it and the volume, so when I play it, I'm going to have to do that in real time, so it might be loud. Just wait a second.
Good man. Greatly appreciated, son. Big time. Great work in getting it done quickly. And after one period and above, you are witnessing an incredible spectacle. And I'm very privileged to be along for the ride and be your voice for this league. And we're underway. Taylor Best cuts into the middle, passes it over, backhand stop, the rebound's there. They can't put it home. Bickle shoots, scored! He banked it in off Adam Wiskel from in behind the net, and Bickle pops it home, and it's 1-0 early for the break up that play, and it's sent along the glass and out through center. Trying to get it over the blue line, and around to the other side. O'Donnell took a huge hit there. He sent that over to Jeffers, who's got speed, and he's in on goal. The shot was stopped by Wiskel again. Off the blocker, he's been busy early. Jeffers taking control. He shoots and scores, and it's 2-0 Durham. Holy Dinah, indeed. Austin Jeffers, that's his second goal of the season. This is his 10th game played. And my goodness, that was his shift right there, coast to coast. Got the shot up. Wisco stopped him the first time. He came right back out in front of the net and fired at blocker side. And it's 2-0 Durham early on in this one. Across the line now. Nice move through the slender. Chance in a backhand and scores! Lindsay responds right away, and it's 2-1 now Durham. Avoiding a huge hit coming across the trolley tracks. A neat little play and a backhand goal. And it looked like Chris Porter, the recipient of that one. Another mascot there, and that's back to the point though. Shot through redirected. Pegs in there, secure. Gordy can't win that draw. Mackenzie Smith in behind the net. That's in behind him. Chance down low in front of the net, and he scores! Brendan Wise on a beauty little play, and the Lindsay Barncats take over on a miscue inside of the Durham Hawks zone, and they've tied this game at 2 with 12:39 to go here in the second period. That right there, folks, is what the forecheck will do for you. Make you make a rushed play inside your own zone because you know you're going to get hit, and it results in turnovers. That too many times in the game. We're at about half a dozen already in this one. That's flipped off the glass by Noyes. He'll stands there. Another stop by Ryan Bickle, right in the slot, and his second of the game. That 3-2, that one goal lead, and it's now 3-2. Great work in behind the net by Taylor Best. And Bickle, the recipient, right on the doorstep. Behind the net to Reinold. Throw that to Betts. Back to the blue line. The shot for Lemke. Hit along the half wall into the slot, and they'll drill it down the ice. And that'll kill the first minute of this power play. Stephen Horn trying to play that up. That will get to no one. A chance on goal. Shoots and scores! Short side, short-handed goal by Chris Porter. It's his second of the game, and it's a shorty that'll tie this game back up at 3. He can zoom in on the goals now with the new camera, so it's he's a busy beaver over there. He's got